Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. I am playing on hard mode, trying to get all achievements, and today I'm going to get an achievement for running the research reactor for 5 cycles. What is on the menu today? I want to, first of all, get a storage area for the nuclear waste that's going to eventually be accumulating here. Actually, we can already see just a little bit there. That's going to go into these pumps, so that needs a place to go. I want to get an experimental farm, because that's related to one of the achievements, and I'm thinking I need a very radioactive spot. Well, currently definitely have that available to me. And I think the other thing I'll do is I'd like to get a fleet of rockets. We've got one rocket. This is going to be the exploring rocket. It is a massive. The other rockets is just going to be for some mining missions. Those don't have to be as big. I've got currently an issue where I don't have full coverage of mining equipment, so I think by the end of today, I'd like to get a number of platforms. I'm thinking 6, somewhere in that range. Full coverage of robo miners, our storage location, and yeah, this might be a bit ambitious for the amount of time I have, but you know what? We'll see how it goes. I'll do some planning, and then we'll get started. Oh, hold on. I want Red Bolt rocket. Okay, I did not realize research on Red Bolt propulsion has not been complete, so I'll set that so that can happen while I do the next few activities. Oh, let's get going. So for my first action, I figure I put a design in for our experimental farm, because the sooner that we can get that going, the sooner hopefully we'll get different types of seeds. I'm basically planning inputting this area, which I can see is not actually working super well with the mix of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Probably should have made that. Okay, and that will guide my decision for the type of gas. I want pure carbon dioxide, because if the dupes go in with their suits, I guess technically we've got lead suits in here, so maybe it's less important. But yeah, my current experimental farm has not yielded anything special in quite a while. Or at all, for that matter. Even though we've got this little guy. Okay, so that is the thinking. Just take a note here. We've got our research ongoing. Let me just maybe deliver that suit. Might need to be topped up. Oh, no, that's just the fact that dupe is up here. Now, if you guys spend too... Okay, a little bit of sandstone, unfortunately, up in that area, which is even far more radioactive, but there's only so much. All right, so we get that ladder going across. I'll let the dupes do a little work. Let's check on, just before I leave them alone for a while, I may want to give, Explorer still has some work, so I might leave them alone for now. All right, I will be back. Actually, you know what I'll do in the meantime? Let's just click on that so we can get these things open. I'll let the dupes go for a little bit, and we can see if any progress has been made here. Actually, one thing I wouldn't mind transferring liquid. Actually, no, maybe I won't. I don't want to make any major changes to the nuclear reactor system if I'm going to leave for a bit. All right, I'll be back, and we'll see if there's any disasters coming or not. Hopefully, the research reactor achievement will be done. Oh, tons and tons of power. Just going to check quickly. That probably means our carbon dioxide, or rather our coal system, most likely no longer needed, which is not a bad thing at all. Okay. Okay, so it hasn't been too long, and I just had the idea that why don't we build a door right here? Tell the dupes temporarily you're not able to go in here. We should have enough enriched uranium to keep this going for 5 cycles. This is going to expose the dupes to higher levels of radiation. What should I do? You know what? Won't we do this? I could always destroy the research reactor after the achievement is done. Destroy this wall temporarily to allow some, because I just think construction will be a little bit faster. Well, with that in mind, I'm going to just pause here quickly, and maybe we'll do some work here while we wait for the achievement. So yeah, I'll get to work on that. Okay, so here is the first design of a number of rocket platforms. What we've got here, 6. Actually don't want to build these out of copper. I want them to be steel. They were just kind of placeholders, but I don't have enough steel. So anyway, we get things on max speed. I've got a bunch of mining equipment that's going to keep these skies up here clear. We're not going to bother trying to do anything right there, so we'll just stop anything from falling on these two guys, and consequently these two guys down here, these guys and the ones on the side should be, I think, yeah, just under that. So we shouldn't have to have this double or triple mining equipment like I have over here to keep one available and have stuff fall on us. I can put in some solar panels afterwards. Maybe we'll do that later on. So that is the plan there. I'm a little bit worried. I haven't done this particular design before. And I'm just a little bit worried that about heat going off. But so I am insulating some of the pipes. We'll see what happens over time. All right, so we've got that. That allows the dupes to go up in this direction. Using our jet suits plus continue on with the work over in there. I may, since at least the dupes aren't gonna, will have something to do. I'm just curious if I should. Yeah, I kind of really do want to get this done first, even though they've got the suits. It won't really be too bad. All right, let me just open up that door. The liquid here, not. Could I ever accident? Oh, I could. I don't like that. I don't want to be able to accidentally mop that up and be letting gas escape. So why don't we do this type of thing, send in a little bit more petroleum. That is not all that much more. Let's do this type of thing. Oh, maybe we'll have to, unfortunately, just bypass that whole thing altogether. That's fine. All right, I think I can let the oh, you know what? Let's pause it quickly because I probably at this point need, yeah, I'd like to finish the automation here. Otherwise, we're just going to accumulate stuff on top of this asteroid. And Explorer's almost done the work that they need to do. So just before I leave my dupe for a bit, I decided to give more tasking for Explorers so that they can stay nice and busy. Mostly it's electrical work. We've got a set of 3 sets of 2 transformers that is going to power a third of each of the sky doors here, bunker doors. We've got some solar panels. Whoa. Okay. What happened? Reactor meltdown. What was the cause? Oh. We're not providing water because of our construction. We destroyed, I guess, the toilet. Well, I guess I won't be leaving the dupes for a bit. Let's start off by ordering this to be deconstructed. That now radiation levels is like so much high. I might discourage the dupes from now working in this area for the time being. Okay, and but we did get our achievement. It looks like just, I assume this is our that's no that's the, oh yeah, it is. That's rad. Run a research reactor at full capacity for 5 cycles. So check. Yay. But we did a meltdown right afterwards. Okay, so we got to make that thing stable. Clearly it is not, but obviously it was just this 2 tiles. And there's water there. It's not like I didn't have water. It just okay, let's see, what is it? Ooh, things have just gotten worse. I probably shouldn't have done that because it's just so radioactive and I suppose hot. Well, yeah, it's pretty hot. Let's just pause it. We have a, yeah, I've got to have the hospital somewhere. So I put that in somewhere's down here. Double check. It's not actually a hospital though. Oh, because we've got industrial equipment. Let's just do this in this higher priority. Okay. That area is in jet suits because it's now open to the world. I'm going to tell the dupes, You're not allowed to go in and out of there. So that we don't have some... Oh, of course. They can't go in and out as they please. Anyways, we're kind of protect... Oh, Howard, how did you get here? Oh. Oh, I see how you did that. All right, so we should have one dude in at the hospital. We're going to be leaking some gas there, but let's get that jet suit off of you. Courier. Okay. Medical outside. Bill, just give it a second. Okay, so let's double check. We have a hospital. We do have a doctor on base. Even though the plumber is the one. Actually, let's go to priorities. It's not the biggest deal, but doctor, undoctoring at highest priority, higher priority for you. This guy could be keeping the dupes up at night, so let's kick him out. All right, poor old courier. Okay, things are starting a little... I was literally going to leave them for a while. I guess that is not going to be how today starts, after all. Okay. So, Explorer seems like they're going to be fine. Dupes are doing some work in here. Radioactive level starting to go down. Okay, so what we can do, we can dig everything out. We got to put a patch in here. I think that's going to be the highest priority. Reestablish that once again. So that we... Oh, another patch over here. Let's knock this wall down so that... what I'll do... Okay, I'll take... What I was going to do was destroy that research reactor anyways after I got my achievement. I just wasn't thinking there was going to be a meltdown. And then with that destroyed, hold on, just notice that we've got enough petroleum, so why don't we stop sending that there anymore. Radiation vomiting, that's expected. I can get the dupes to finish this area with their suits on. Their little flying suits. I'm thinking that might be a little bit more... quicker to do that. Starvation. Is that still a notification that's coming up? That's crazy. Okay, so that area has been opened up. I just want to... What I'm thinking of doing... Oh, we have some buried objects in our solar panels. Okay, radiation vomiting. Which means we've got polluted water everywhere. Oh, yeah, of course. That's right. That can add distress, obviously. Yeah, the fact that these guys are eating frost burgers is not helping with the extreme amount of radiation. Amount of protection is just not quite enough. Oh, notice that we've got some water in here on the floor. That might have been that way for a bit. Let's just put that there for protection from... that maybe from happening again, and dig that out just a little bit. All right, we're gonna have to that's actually not intended to be nature reserve anymore. We do have our main one. Okay, yeah, things are... What a start. What a friggin' start. I'm gonna dig that out just for the copper. I don't, especially with all the mopping up that's now going to be needed, I think leaving the dupes alone would be a mistake, because that's just going to add to their stress level, especially if that this polluted water just sitting around. Courier, you're looking a little bit better. I'm going to pause it to go to disable the notification on radiation vomiting, because that's going to get old pretty quick. Okay, continuing on. Let's see if we can get things under control. I was thinking earlier, before I had started, the first thing I'm going to do is move my water off somewhere else. I thought, you know what, I don't really have to do that. That would have been a much nicer way to have started today, but it is what it is. Let's do a priority on opening that up. I can see we've rebuilt the insulated area around this building, so that's some good news. Radiation levels is going to be fine for working in their jet suits. Let's go check on Explorer. They're probably going to be busy. This is a one dupe show over here. They do have jet suits to be able to work in, though. Okay, so note to self, before we turn this back on, let's make sure this liquid reservoir is going. What I'll also do, just change that out for mesh tiling so that hot water doesn't interact with the environment. Take a little bit of glass. Look for some polluted water on the ground, a little bit here in the hospital. Courier still recovering. Other spots to be mopped up. Okay, floor looks like it is good and clean around. And of course, more radiation vomiting. That happens to be falling down here thanks to all the mesh tiling. Oh, let me set that back to a 4. We may have, let me double check our jet suits. We may have to provide another one from that dupe that was injured and incapacitated. Oh, is this water? That is... What is this? Or is that just, the liquid vents themselves need repair, which is not super urgent. Why is this not... Okay, this is concerning to me. Because I made that high priority. And dupes can wear their jet suits and go access that. Can they do the dig from there? Oh, local colony lacks hazard digging skills. Never mind. Okay. Oh, skills. We've got a few new dupes. First of all, obviously miner, hazmat digging. Miner's interest in hazmat digging will receive morale bonus for learning it to Korean mining. So let's give that out. But welder, you want you to have exosuit training. So boom, you've got that. You've got 3 more. Give you some more carrying skills. We'll give you some more construction. Okay, that's going to help welder. So they'll be a little bit more effective. That might be the main dupe that we want to kind of focus on that. Mech. Yeah, that probably will maybe do demolition. Explore. Do you have any room for... Yeah, maybe we should leave that alone. Okay, so now we actually have a dupe. Miner. That can dig that. And since miner likes to dig above all else, they should, as soon as this is open, just want to verify that they can actually reach that point. And if they can, I think at that point I'd be able to be safe. I hope. I mean, we've got no research reactor going. We should be able to leave them alone for a bit. Maybe. I'll come back to hopefully a little bit of progress. Except I do not see miner. Oh wait, maybe that's miner there. I forgot. Oh shoot. There's the carbon dioxide. Guess we also have nuclear fallout to worry about. I mean, do I need to worry? If steam goes above carbon dioxide, do we care? Maybe we just live with it. Long term, we're going to have the lead suits in here. This is just short term for doing the repairs. They're going to get out of here and then not worry about this anymore. I guess that was just one of the tiles that was destroyed. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. At this point, I think I can leave them for a bit. They can work on some of their mining equipment. Oh, before I go, let's just focus on that. I'll be back in a cycle or so, and hopefully everything will be fine. See you in a bit. Okay, if you're ready for more disaster, it has happened. For some reason, I've got a scalding warning and miner here. Whoa! Whoa, what is happening here? 165. Our cooling material. Okay. What has happened to our cooling line? Okay, I better turn off our cancel all orders on our metal refinery first of all. Whoa, okay. I guess things have gotten a little out of control here. Let's have a look at our cooling line, clean up a few things, including that. So, okay, that is a separate cooling line. Somehow, and I don't know where, we've lost our polluted water in our cooling line. That goes around the main base. Okay, also notice this guy here technically not being used, but it's not really the issue we have at the moment. Let's go. Okay, let's let this go around. I'll put it in slow mode. So it should be being topped up here. And I can't quite see. Oh, this is actually, we're actually stealing some from here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that like that. Let's make that the urgent thing. Let's look for some polluted water. Oh yeah, there's definitely polluted water on the floor in places. Keep the area dry as possible. Only 1% stress. That's a good sign. Okay, so there's this polluted water coming out of those tanks. Going through the system. So I guess what was happening here was our steam turbines just did not have coolant to be able to maintain their temperature. And I was asking for so much steel and iron that these guys were just taking on so much heat. Okay, so what this will do is eventually this will top this up. While that's running along, let's look at the progress. Hopefully it's good. Okay, so we made progress down here. So I'm going to do a few changes in this little area. A few more conductive panels, a little work up here. We'll need, I ran out of steel earlier, but now that we've got some steel, I'll put this in like that, that, and that. I want to make sure this makes it all the way through. While that's running a little bit more, one thing I'd like to do is I'm going to have this as a very cool room, and I don't want our coolant, which is meant to be a little bit warmer, to go through anymore. So what if we were to direct that to go around that building instead? That might be nice. And I'll put a cooling system in here so we can start cooling down. Okay, storing our fertilizer. 7 tons of that. This is actually going to be a farm. We'll have to do fertilizing production, but that can come after. Let's build the farm first since we've got 7 tons of that material. Oh. Okay, this is another spot to mop up. Let's also check over here. Okay, I guess technically the dupes aren't going in there so much anymore. Research. Applied sciences. Data. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. We are no longer producing that. That makes sense. That makes total sense. I don't want to do that until we fix this system. Why don't we, let's have a quick look at this. What I want to do is I want to take water through. Let's just get rid of some of this to clean it up. So we can kind of make sense of this. Because now we've got to insulate all these pipes. That might be a reason not to have this guy go around like that, maybe instead of that. Go give ourselves a little bit of room to work with. We'll have an insulated pipe. I guess on the in the space area we don't have to insulate it. Get this water to come down to there. All right, so I'll let the dupes work on that. Let's just, I want to verify that we've got our polluted water cooling line running through. Okay, that is, that was a little under control. Let's look at the overall temperatures of the base. Seems to be fine. Okay, well then, with that out of the way, let's see if we can reroute this to go down instead. Oh, we can't quite do that. I shouldn't have done that. That needs to kind of more go up like that, doesn't it? Have this go on a return line. And we're going to have to rebuild that. Get that to go in like that. Disconnect that. Put that there. Basically, want to transfer the water from here to here. I'm going to cancel this because I don't want that to actually be built with that material. We've got steel for it. We can start some proper platforms. Can't make that the full way across. Now that we've got our cooling system back, let me ask for steel. Let me ask for iron. I'll make more ceramic and refined carbon. Guess we can destroy that now. All right, I'll give them a cycle or so, and then I'll be back hopefully when the water's been transferred. At this point, we are starting to transfer the water between liquid reservoirs. I also got a third thermo aqua tuner in here that's going to keep this area cool so we can grow some sleet wheat. As we change the different type of plant, I guess we'll have different temperatures, but we'll start with sleet wheat. No liquid output. What did I miss? Oh, I see. I want something right there. That would make sense. And further on, connecting down here. And then a bunch of radiant pipes. I think we finally have this guy empty, so we can get rid of that. Including these 2 tiles, which pretty much caused the meltdown. I'm going to give the command. Think we're safe enough to... Oh. I'd like to make that out of steel. So let's wait till our steel production comes back. And there's, oh yeah, with those 2 tiles gone, I guess we now have to replace some of that. So what we're going to effectively have is a return line for our water. Make sure that is looking correct. Want to jump up there. We'll want to jump up there and jump down there. This water here will at some point be at risk of bursting. So we'll get that flowing. We need to create a circuit. We'll snag some of this polluted water going around. I think it might just be easier to think we can kind of clear that out and then rebuild what we need. But I will want to jump over. Oh, there's not a lot of room here. I think there's enough though for what I want to do. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, whoops, destroyed too much. And of course, we will want to close this off. So let's do that right there. Might have been helpful a little bit with the cooling to actually have that go around. What did I make that out of? Igneous. Let's switch that out to granite. And put some piping in through like so. Maybe add, actually no. That go down instead. There. We're going to want to put in some dirt storage right in the center. Since we're going to have this set up for slate wheat, I think we can, since this one's not growing all that well anyways, let's just turn this one down. And if we're doing that, I suppose there's no point in having that visit like so. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that dirt storage. And some automation equipment that's in there. It's very important, though, that we rebuild this pathway going which direction? It's going around clockwise. At least the slate wheat in here is happy. Looking at calories, over 1 million calories of Frostburger. Oh, right. That reminds me. I had a comment from Nomi, which actually led me to a great idea to fix a problem I had last time. I haven't sent a rocket up, but when I do, actually, this is more about landing. I'd like to be able to specify having food in here. And in the current situation, I've disabled this guy, so that's perfect. But the dupes were putting food in here. And you reminded me, I just need to send that as a lower priority. And the dupes shouldn't be filling that up in that case. So, okay, that should be nice next time that we come back, do a space mission. Grab whatever. Wheat, why not? Put in dirt storage here. We've got to top up our line with coolant. Do that maybe right there. If it's 2 degrees or above, we will do some cooling. And how about we put in automation? I'd like to be able to access both the dirt and all the plants. Now this is primarily an experimental farm, but we might as well have automation to take the stuff that we get out. If I put a single spot here to be able to collect, then both of these guys should be able to access that. So that would be a perfect location for putting one of these in, maybe right there. And then we'd have a very long track. We'll make this out of copper. Where do we need to connect? Oh my goodness. Actually, not too. Oh, we've got a backup of meat in here. Why is that? It's not automation. Oh, it is automation. Ah, okay. Smash that. Let's go jump over there. Go up like that instead. That's getting that meat to go. Okay, so that's the line that we want to join. That's the line that's going to the deep freezer. And it's going to be going to this side, which is Frostbun production. So that's what we want. Okay, so that's actually super ideal. Knowing that, let's take this conveyor line. Have a look. I think the easiest thing to do, maybe tap into that. Need to jump over. We are actually going to be going downward. Okay, so that will take care of that. I'm thinking I would prefer not having heavy wire line in here. So why don't we do this? Make a pathway. Bring in some of this like that. Because we're all the farming. Actually might be regretting the location of these. Let's bring them down one, so that we can make room for lighting. Just to make things a little more efficient in here. I was just about to say I'm going to mop that up, but realizing it's going to freeze anyway, so let's just let it turn to ice. Okay, so for automation, I want to cover all the. I want this machine covered, but so too should all the farming base buttons in annoying look. Actually, doesn't matter. Okay, let's select a light for our farm. Actually, it's experimental farm, isn't it? So let's do the flask light. So this would cover, do one there. Just build one right directly next to each of these. Should do. With automation line between each. Are we ready for the research? Oh yeah, I guess it depends on steel. So that is, I completely forget. Oh yeah, radiation, of course. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on. Let's verify if the water line, okay, the water line looks good to me. Let's make that a priority. Hold off. Wouldn't it make sense to finish this first? We also need gas in here. And I want that to be carbon dioxide. So before we get that research reactor... Oh, boom. Just going to go down out of the way the rocket platform just a bit. Temperature in here cool, but the gas level not very high at all. Oh, and water. So yeah, we need all the inputs, including water. Completely forgot about that. Let's actually get rid of that. Make room for water to go up in there. Technically, that's a water line now. That's going through the rocket area, which is not super awesome idea in my mind. Let's just, in the meantime, change this out. Make that a priority, and then we'll work on a water line to go in. Where should I put the return for the polluted water? Right underneath that one, maybe. And we can use one of these lines down here once it's free for water. Do that since we don't want petroleum to go in there. Well, it looks like maybe we don't have to worry about the nuclear waste, at least this episode. Probably next episode, or maybe if there's time. It's not a big project to deal with that. And we'll connect in some power. Instead of running that down there, I guess technically that could just go up this way now. I think I can leave the dupes for a few cycles. We'll let them do that, and we'll come back and look at how things have progressed. The dupes continue to work on top of the base. I decided to put in a quick little plan to make fertilizer, since that'll be important. Also notice a little bit of a circuitry issue some of the times. We're going to put an additional transformer and split this up a little bit, just to make sure it runs safely. Okay, so with that guy there, oh, I did not notice. It's not super ideal. Oh, I thought this was going to be, but let's do this type of thing. That and that. Take that out. Make that priority. I may have had a plan to separate this a little bit more, but okay, we'll try that out. All right, we'll let them get that built. This is meant for phosphorite storage right there. It takes phosphorite. Oh, it takes dirt too. Okay, apparently dirt storage will go in right before it. Check up on top of the base. Carbon dioxide line is still being worked on. Okay, so with that, let me just let the dupes do things for a bunch of cycles, and I'll be back to see where we are. Just doing a quick check before I go to see if there's any polluted water on the floor. I don't think there is. Okay, checking. Oh, copper. All right, that needs to be rebuilt, obviously. On the fertilizer, don't see much more than I've had before, but fertilizer equipment is running. Oh, and we're allowing the, shoot. No! This is a pain. Yeah, these guys must eat fertilizer, do they? They eat a lot of things. What do they not eat, really? Maybe they're eating something else. Either way, just to be safe, I'd like to not need that. It was because I just realized that we need dirt. The dirt could have been put there. In fact, I'll move it. Okay, let's destroy that, and then we can ask the dupes to move these guys over to where they used to be. All conveniently in one spot. Let's reset this for dirt. Put you there. After this, we'll check on... Whoops. Don't need... No, cancel attack. Just want you to move. Alright, let's check on top of the base. Okay, so that's been destroyed. I think we... Oh, some power was missing in here. What I'd like to do is rebuild this wall. Go check on Explorer quickly. Oh, this may be a temporary thing where they're just in the process, hopefully, of repairing their suit. They're currently on breaks. They're not repairing it at the moment. Let's hope that's the case. Double check in here that we've got our all the little hatches that have been moved. Yeah. So fertilizer currently 7.2 tons. And I can see that was built on the automation line, so that's not cool. Maybe I'll just build that right there instead. Carbon dioxide lined up to enter the room though, so that's good. A little bit more power needs to be built over here. Tons of slime has just landed. Not quite enough power to open these up quickly, but there's no damage, which is the only thing I really care about. We've got enough power there for that. This is going to be for sleet wheat. So one final pipe needs to be built in here. Then we're going to block this off. Hopefully not trap a dupe in here, though. It looks like that's all the fertilizer that's moving around. That could be the case. Oh, great. Trapped yourself. Okay, so what I need you to do is come down here. I'm going to allow you to exit this way. But before you do, take off your jet suit. I'm going to allow the dupes to enter in and out of that room. We can open the door. Need to provide that. I'm going to up that to a 9, so we should get our research reactor going again. We need to make this area. We got our carbon dioxide in. Temperature has gone up since we put in all this carbon dioxide. I say that's more than enough. We'll need to wait for, I was going to say, things to cool off, but that's not actually going to happen until we can rebuild our thermo aqua tuner. So we should see lead suits being put on to go in this area now. Finishing up research reactor 2. After the first one had a meltdown. Guess this is going to be important. Thank you, Courier, for all your hard work. Oh, and that was not built in the right spot. Fine enough. I also think it is safe now to provide power, even though it doesn't go anywhere at the moment. We'll line up that, and because I'm running out of time, I think we'll do the nuclear waste storage next time on Saturday. But I'd like to see, or maybe we will. I'd really like to see some sleet week going in here. I think it is, I think the maximum 5 degrees, so it's gotta get that power in. What's going on? We're getting it true. Pipe blocked. What's messed up here? I am confused. Okay, let's have a look over here. What is the difference between this and this? Oh, I see it. I see it. It's reversed. Okay, so I don't know if I can reverse or I have to, I guess I have to destroy and rebuild. Fine enough. One more final go. So let's build one of these out of steel and put the inputs and outputs in the right order. I guess we have enough carbon dioxide so that can go. Okay, so once this is built, this will allow us to have some cooling happening, hopefully. Oh, I can. Okay, fair enough. Let's make that a priority. Building that. Getting rid of that last little line on the left. And we'll have the cooling going. So hopefully this time our research reactor will just run just fine. Okay, there it is. Thermo aqua tuner going. Cooling line running through that. Let's do, what was I intending this to be? I think I was going to have polluted water go through like this instead of further down. Or technically that's actually, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's just leave polluted water the way it is. And we'll take the water line. That farm's not going to do well without water. Get that to go like that. Get rid of some of these old pipes. Otherwise, I can become confused. Let's also hook these up since they're not actually running with that at least coolant. So these machines don't overheat. Uh-oh. Okay. Looks like I put these all in the wrong way. Fine. Okay, I will rebuild. I guess we'll have to destroy and then get these rebuilt. What about the other side? Did I do the same thing on the other side? I may have. I may have. Okay, let's think. It's going down, up, down, up, down. No, that's not the problem there. Problem's all related just to this one side. Okay, starting from here, it's that way, down, up, and then back down. Same time, let's get rid of some of this old stuff. This is what I was using to melt the rocket wall. All right, any rejection? Okay, I see a little bit of ice. Okay, I think we can plant our sleet wheat. I think that's about where I'm going to leave it for today. If I can plant this, we will call it a day. We've got a research reactor meltdown fixed up. We'll have our new experimental farm. I'm hoping this experimental farm will be more effective than the other one. The other one is should be torn down. Oh, hold on. What? Stop alerting me to non-issues, dupes. Wart seed, cool. That's actually kind of nice. So it should be primarily farmer's job to come up in here. Do the farming. Let's go check on Explorer. Oh, okay. We still have an issue. What do we need to repair one of these things? We're out of reed fiber. Ah, okay, shoot. Fair enough. We will send some reed fiber over to Explorer because their project is pretty much just paused till then. How much is 10 tons of reed fiber? And what about Explorer's food situation? Oh, 800,000. They're fine with food. That gives us 10. I think we want, we probably have way more than that. We've got 400 pieces. Let's give them 100. So I don't have to, oh, it's 1,000. I don't want to send them all over. That little bit should be enough to get things started so they can repair their suit. Just going to give them light access so whenever they can need to repair their suit, they'll have light to be able to see what they're doing. Reed fiber here. Let's not forget to send that on the ground so it can be transferred over. Okay, so that's that. And we've got some sleet wheat, which is not happy about the atmosphere, though that will stay ice. Well, or will it? Maybe not. Maybe not. The actual ice in here might be a risk, so I might gather it to be taken out. I can see some farmer doing some important work. It's just going to ask for some of this to be moved out. Do that at high priority. Otherwise, there's a chance it could kind of go between melting and... It's going to be a little too annoying, I think, doing it that way. How about... do this type of thing. But here is some sleet wheat with Farmer's Touch in our experimental farm. And for the water... oh, it doesn't unfortunately quite fit that well right there. Build that. We'll set this up for ice. High priority. Do some sweep in here. Just to get it out of the room. I don't care about the ice. It's the water that the sleet wheat doesn't seem to be happy with. Nuclear waste building up. That's probably going to be the first thing I take care of next time. Sweep only. Otherwise, they're going to collect ice from locations I don't care about. check on Explorer, make sure they're able to get to the top of their base. Okay, so Explorer can be busy once again. Did not realize they were out of reed fiber. I'm curious if farmers having some trouble finding some sleet wheat, because sleet wheat doesn't always stay on the ground. Actually, that's the wrong fridge, isn't it? That needs to be... Oh, and the fridges don't have power. Did not notice that. Do we not have spare sleep? Oh. Okay, you know what? We don't. Let's turn off. Okay, I didn't. Okay, there may be a little bit more work to this than I had expected. When is our next yield? Okay, we may be stuck waiting for one of these guys to give us some sleet wheat. Or we continue any further. Let's check on the fertilizer situation. 7.6. So that's slowly increasing. All right, well, with that, then that may be a next time thing. So I'm not going to be able to wait for that sleet wheat, I don't think. Let's check up in here. We've got our rocket platforms. Do I have enough steel, once again, to get that final one? We do. That will give us 6. What about our research? Research, applied sciences. Data analysis. Oh, is that... I can't remember which one is which. The light-colored one. Applied sciences. Yeah, that's the data bank. It's not a data bank issue. Okay, that's a bit of a surprise, actually. Because aren't we... Don't we have a very radioactive environment? Oh! Okay, never mind. That explains it. That totally explains it. Okay, let's fix that. Because I was like, that material study terminal should be running. Come to think about it. This one here, which is very slowly charging. Honestly, not really needed anymore. So let's get rid of it. Get rid of that too. Actually, let's not get rid of that just because I'm just realizing they're a botanical analyzer. I'd like to have that in a laboratory, even though that this is not a laboratory. Let's just put that there. That will make this a quick laboratory. I might make that a better room later. Okay, so now that's a laboratory once again. Let me just put water here. Higher priority. Sweep only. Do that. So the dupes know I want them to take that water out. There isn't a chance of that turning to ice and becoming liquid on the floor and bothering our sleet wheat. Seems to be the right temperature in here, though. Let me just have a quick look to see where the sleet wheat is. See if I do have enough time to wait for it. I do not. Okay, well, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. When I come back, I suspect that the dupes will fill this up. That will be our experimental farm, hopefully. With higher radioactive environments, we will finally get some progress towards achievement on that. We'll deal with the nuclear waste. We'll make some Red Bolt engines. We'll probably do a space mission once we get Red Bolt engine. First of all, research, which we actually didn't finish today, but given the fact that we got discharged, I don't think that will be too long into the next episode. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you next time.